Welcome to Connect, the segment all about how God is connecting here at His church. We are outrageously blessed to have Emmanuel Baptist Church. Praise God, He is restoring His church and equipping men and women to give their lives to the work here. The amount of excitement God is creating at His church is powerful, and I can't wait to see how the Lord will continue to bless. Every dollar you give in the ministry here is an investment into eternity. God's using your sacrificial giving to restore lives and our church. During our All My Heart offering, you prayed and asked God to provide an offering, and He did in miraculous ways. Your commitment to see God's house shine brighter was clearly articulated. Together with the commitments and one-time offering gifts, we raised over $140,000 for our building restoration, launching us as a staff into actively pursuing the next stage of restoration projects. Together, we are bringing the church back to life. Thank you, church, for showing this community that our God is worthy of our best. Pastor recently shared with our church that he received a call from a researcher from the Barna Group who studies churches across our nation. He asked Pastor about our church, and after hearing what God has done and is doing, his response stunned me. He said this to Pastor. This was an unusual interview. He heard how monthly people are getting baptized. Weekly people give their lives to Jesus, and weekly we experience meaningful worship together as a church. A man whose job is to call hundreds of churches and take survey of the condition of those churches said, "We were unusual. Church, you are unusual because you humbly get out of God's way and are allowing Him to work through your life. You're dying to yourself and volunteering when many others are sleeping. You are stopping and looking with a compassionate heart into your town and helping people in need. Many of you have given up material things and dreams to give towards the dream of seeing God's house restored for His purpose. He's impacting lives with love through this place. I could not be more excited about being a part of such an unusual church. In God's eyes, we're becoming what He intends all churches to be, life-changing and life-impacting. If you give in this church, you're a part of this life-changing ministry. Recently, I sat down with a couple from our church to give them an opportunity to share how God's used you in their lives.
We were attending a Pentecostal church for the last 6 years. We had been out looking for a new church home, and we had actually visited several different churches. We had a list.
Emmanuel was on the list.
We weren't ready to go there yet. I think it was the weekend after Christmas. I was in the kitchen and James was in the living room. I heard this commotion and I look out the kitchen window and I start calling him, "James, come here, something's going on. Go outside and see what it is."
We were on our way back from New York and we came to our driveway and we saw a unfamiliar vehicle in the driveway. And as it was pulling out, we saw our wood splitter behind it and we realized that the driver was stealing our wood splitter. We started following the guy and around a couple of blocks, and he ended up stopping in front of a house and getting out of his car and unhooking the wood splitter and taking off.
And they dropped it off right in front of our house.
And we were stopped in front of this house, and these really nice people came out. I thought to myself, wow, these people are really nice. I should probably go invite them to church.
So she handed us a card and she said, "I'd like to invite you to our church."
And they said they were really excited. So they ended up coming like a couple weeks later, and I saw them in the crowd, and I just thought it was really awesome.
So, okay, let's go to Emmanuel. And then it was like, oh, because we had been going to different churches, right? Remember? And it was like, this is too good to be true.
Yeah.
We're like, don't get excited.
Yeah, and that's the first thing we said. Don't get too caught up in it.
So the first thing I did was Pastor has the series,
the podcast.
Yeah. I listened to as much as I could. I said, yeah, this is it. And
I read the book done. That's what did it for me.
We were faithful to our other church, but here we feel like we're getting the word, getting the nourishment, and with the church family, we feel really blessed to be part of this church. And I think God is doing a great work there, and we're so excited to be a part of it. So we're in the discipleship program now, which is again another blessing. It's part of that fellowship and learning together. You know, it really is a blessing, and I'm so happy we did that.
Our kids, our son and daughter, I want to be able to relate to them and talk to them and tell them about Jesus and how we feel and how it's transforming our lives, and I want to be able to get it out to as many people as I can. I want to spread this to somebody else. I want somebody else to feel what I feel.
It was just cool how it presented itself as a weird situation, but it's interesting to know that God can use mysterious ways if you ask Him to use you.
Church, you did an amazing job telling your friends and family about our Easter service, and we enjoyed hosting what turned out to be a miraculous turnout. We needed to open the backmost seats to make room for our guests. How amazing is that? And what a joy it was to see so many people's faces we had never met experience God's beauty and learn about His love for them on the cross of Jesus. Keep us in prayer as we continue to follow up with the people who attended. The opportunities to impact our city for Jesus are endless. Our church's goal is to keep thinking creatively about how we can reach out into our community in different ways. Lance Schmidt, our youth pastor, began a 3-on-3 tournament last year, and it was awesome to see so many from our church rally around him and see this outreach event come together again this year. Thank you for volunteering and being a part of what God did at this event. 6 teens accepted Christ.
My hope and my prayer for this event is that one day we can look back 5, 6, 7 years down the road and see teenagers and families, maybe even sitting in these pews, who've been impacted for the gospel of Christ. People who've been saved, baptized, added to this church, who are now rooting their family and sharing their stories. I think one day it would be cool to be able to turn around and maybe share their story on something like a Connect video one day.
As a church, it's our goal to see more of you volunteering and being a part of events that impact people. We invite you to stop by the Information Center after the service. We'd love to get to know you and help you get plugged in. Well, that's your Connect video. We hope it's been a blessing to you to see how God is using this church to bring lasting change to the lives around us, and you're inspired to get connected.